What's up, everybody? This is The Hot Seat, the place where we like to ask questions that we think the fans want to know, the questions that most interviewers don't want to ask, and we like to call them hot takes or spicy questions. Today in The Hot Seat, we have the one, the only, a fan favorite, Mirko, coming all the way from Indonesia. How you doing today, man?
What's up, man? Doing great. Just woke up, as usual.
I feel like every time we work together or do anything together, you are either just waking up or I am either just waking up. Time, right?
It's always like that, man. Whenever we have to work together, except the LAN event. So hopefully we meet again at M5, man. Hopefully we work together again at M5.
Together again. Maybe we'll actually get to cast together this time if I go to M5. That's what we need. The Mir Trex combo. We haven't gotten to see it yet, so. So, as I told you a little bit before this, we're going to be going through some questions. Some of them are kind of easy, some of them kind of spicy. Feel free. I would like you to try to answer them all, even if you have to be a little dishonest here and there, but try to be as honest as possible with the viewers. Try to figure out the rest. We're going to start off with some simple ones. So, if you had to pick a favorite casting moment ever of yourself, like most hype moment, something like that, what would it be?
Ooh, most hype moment. I think two moments stand out to me. First one is the Keyboy coup for a game in MSC when I went Keyboy. The whole match. That whole match versus Echo, Onyx Echo Game 3, I think it was. That was one of the best MLBB games that I've casted, or maybe the best MLBB game that I've casted. Because, yeah, all the moments that, I don't know, every new tournament that I cast always has a better, like, moment. Because it was M4 before MSC. It was M4, Echo, Blacklist. It was just the Echo Express. But then, after MSC, it became MSC because of that game. So, yeah, right now it's that game. Keyboy and Kyrie popping off.
I feel like there was a clip back in the day that got you, that was like something. I remember, I think when I first really found you, something that a lot of people, it was RQ had won a game, and there was the crowd in the background, and it was a Rise of a New Era, or maybe it was Onyx, I couldn't remember, but it was something along the lines of the Rise of the Era. That was definitely, I think, I was thinking that might have been in there, but I know that was definitely a hype moment that a lot of people enjoyed.
Yeah, that definitely was. That was the start of the whole like line meta for me, because before that I never had a line prepared for like a win, right? But because that win was so special to all the Indonesians, I just had to prepare a line if they won. I also prepared a line if they lost. So now I always have a line for when RQ or when Team A or Team B win. So yeah, that was the first of it. RQ versus RGPH MSC 2022 upper bracket finals. That was a great match. Great match.
Okay, so next question. Is there a moment in MLBB history, it doesn't have to be when you were casting, it could just be games that you were watching, anything, but in competitive MLBB history, that was your most upset moment? Something that made the heartstrings tinge, something that hurt, something like that.
I think the one that really hurt, huh?
The one that really hurt. I have one. We all have one, right?
Is this like is like you mean like sadness from
maybe a favorite team? It could be anything. Okay. Like for me, OP, the most recent MSC dropout, that hurt. that hurt. So anything for you?
I think for me the biggest heartbreak was definitely MSC 2022. RRQ losing to RGPH 4-0 in the grand finals.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean they had such a great run at MSC. This was like the roster that everybody was looking at and the performance that everybody was waiting for, right? They actually beat RGPH in the upper brackets too, where that line, the line prior, actually came through. And it was just really disappointing to see. Like, I was rooting for them. I always root for the Indonesian teams, whoever it is. Yes, but it just, I had so much hope for RQ at MSC 2022, and I actually thought they were the better team at the time. So especially after the whole upper bracket final thing.
Yeah, I feel like
I
when you
was
have an
just
upper bracket
really
run like that,
heartbroken.
it's
Yeah,
tough.
it was really heartbroken that it ended up being 4-0. Like if it went 4-1, I would have still been able to accept it better. But 4-0, the fact that they got demolished like that in the grand finals is just man.
Was that like the start of the 4-0 curse in international events? M3 wasn't a 4-0, was it? Or no, it was.
M3 was a 4-0.
M3 was probably the
Blacklist
first
honors
real big 4-0, and then from there it just feels like a lot of international events. Has every MSC and M series has been a sweep since M3, huh?
Yeah. So it's all Blacklist's fault.
It's all Blacklist. Exactly. Totally makes sense. So now that we're getting into the sense of regions and talking about things like that, if you had to choose right now, as we head towards M5 at the end of the year, if you had to pick top 4 regions in the world, what would they be?
Including Indo-PH?
Yeah, including Indo-PH, of course. I mean, obviously, right, so I think everyone puts those two as 1 and 2, right? Either order.
Indo-PH. This is where it gets kind of tough because I feel like the power ranking for regions have shifted a lot with the rise of like Mongolia, with a lot of different countries starting to pop off, and unfortunately for you, Trex, some countries did have.
We're dropping down the ladder right now. We're dropping down. I don't expect you to say NA. It's okay.
Yeah. I would actually say NA3 if it was post M4. I still think NA is very good if you guys get like I'll have to see what happens in NACT and like who actually represents NA first, but I think I'll put NA at 5. I'll put NA at 5 first right now, just as a benchmark, right? Because NA has had 2 back-to-back very good performances, just 1 very bad performance at MSC. 3 and 4 though is where I'm kind of like struggling now because again Myanmar as well. I would have actually rated Myanmar as 3 and 4 together with NA post M4, but
Falcon.
Yeah, MSC was a horrible event for them too. Phoenix got grouped as well, and man, really tough. I think considering all this, I'll have to put Mongolia and maybe number 3. This is I don't know. Maybe they're a bit overhyped right now because of we've only seen one team, Lolgun, perform that well. But yeah, whatever. I'll put them at number 3 because they beat Myanmar, they beat Phoenix or the Falcon, the new Falcon squad. So can't wait to see what Mongolia has. Hopefully they keep on improving and they don't stay complacent because that's usually the poison for a lot of these big teams and a lot of the contenders for the M series. And for number 4, I want to say Malaysia, but they're just not doing well. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, well, you know what? NA Myanmar for top 4 or 5. There you go.
Okay, I like it. You know what's funny is I've asked this question to someone else, a couple other people, and Mongolia has also made it onto the list, which is kind of crazy because they are just exploding in. And I know there's like this hype surrounding them. Hopefully the hype continues because like it's crazy for this essentially new region. I mean, the reality is like essentially new team. They're called, what is it, Weclome? I'm trying to remember how the Weclome. Like for a team like that, just to show up like this, everybody's talking about them. There's a lot of buzz about them, and a lot of people are wondering, are they going to be a top 4, top 5? Like that upper echelon of regions. So definitely excited to see how that goes. Now to a spicy one. Weakest region in the world.
Weakest region in the world. My goodness. Weakest region from an MPL region. Weakest MPL region or weakest region?
Region that competes competitively, that has been on a international stage. Let's say that has been on the international stage.
That has been
to an M series or MSC. We'll at least limit it down to that. That way you can't be like Canada, or like you can't be like some country that doesn't even play or something.
Exactly.
Like France.
Exactly.
France is the weak.
Exactly. Damn. Trying to think of the worst performance in the most recent tournament. It's NA. But
I love how. All right, so NA is going to be like top 4, but they're also going to be the weakest.
Yeah, you see, I think NA is very bombastic right now. If it really depends on the team that represents NA. I think that that's really going to have a big impact, because I think it's still at a point where some teams, or maybe one team, if these particular members represent NA, then they will have a good performance, because they already have experience in the international stage and the world stage, and they can still bring that over, and they don't get stage fright, they don't get nervous, they don't get like a big mental hit when they go on stage. But for most other teams, especially like rookie teams, I think that might hurt a lot of the NA teams. But I think Vietnam or just the Mekong region is still the weakest. Though. Like, I don't think I'll put NA. Mekong region is still. I don't know what happened to them. IDNS won 2017, I believe, MSC, and they disappeared. I think they won the first ever NSC, and then that's it. Right now they're not even contenders. Heck, they don't even make it past groups, and no one even expects them to make it past groups. At least for Phoenix and Outplay, despite their bad performances in MSC, a lot of people still expected them to do better, but everybody just wrote Laos, I think, off. But yeah, Mekong qualifiers, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam as well. Vietnam and Mekong.
All right. I think I could definitely agree with that. Definitely most, to put it in a nice way, most room for improvement. But NA, honestly, you made that statement about NA, and Naisu had a very similar statement. He was like, NA probably has the most room for improvement. Like, they do have some strong teams, but also, like, when it comes to international, I think there's a lot of regions that I think it was kind of similar with Myanmar, in a sense. Like, Falcon had a lot of that stage experience. They were ready, but then when we sent in the next team, they kind of didn't perform as well, right?
Yeah.
And as a region as a whole, there's still a lot of these smaller regions that, as a whole, they need to grow. It's not just about the one team, right?
Yep.
Okay, so switching pivots a little bit. Favorite ML caster other than yourself?
Favorite ML caster
other than
Since
yourself.
You're here,
I was gonna say, no, you don't have to say me.
Favorite ML caster. Wow, this one's a tough one, right? Because I'm I think the closest, personally, I think it's LaFell. We're just really good friends outside of casting too. We cast together, and it's always fun. We always have that chemistry. It's great chemistry, and we have that personal relationship outside of casting. We're really good friends. So I would say personally it's LaFell, but since Snapdragon, since MSC technically, I've been working a lot with Leo, and honestly, really like his style. And I think at Snapdragon Pro Series, we really found a gem. So if it's usually we do trio cast, but when we duo cast, I think me and Leo just have a very good connection together. I didn't get to work with LaFell at all at SPS, so maybe this is a bit of recency bias, but I really enjoyed working with Leo. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, color caster in the world right now.
I think when it comes to color casting, Leo is top of the food chain. He's someone that if I want to listen to an anchor, if I want to listen to someone color and do anchor, Leo is definitely. I think he is the best. He's so quick. He's so quick-witted, and the one-liners that he puts in, the quick punches, the things he says after a team fight to wrap it up, he always puts the cherry on the cake, man. He's just so good at it. Yeah. It's someone that I definitely, when it comes to that style of casting, I don't think there's anyone really in his pool, man. He's a big fish.
I agree.
So definitely a monster. Quick-witted. All right, we got a couple more. I think 2 more. Okay. Let me double check. All right. Since MPL ID is here, any any predictions, top 3, any grand finalist predictions, anything like that starting now?
Well, I already like posted kind of like a prediction for MPLID in the MPLID official social media, and a lot of other talents did the same. And we all put Onyx BTR. But looking at how it's doing, looking at
you get to redeem yourself.
Now, it's RQ Evo's Onyx. I think it's really hard to predict like a whole league because again, it spans over 8 whole weeks of 4 days each, and we don't even know if I believe a massive patch is gonna hit right soon. I think right after week 4 or right after week 5. I forgot exactly when the patch will drop, but there's gonna be a big patch that comes through. Not too sure how that'll impact the teams, but looking at the teams right now, this is tough. Aura Fire are like rising up now. They just beat both the SPS grand finalists. Onyx and BTR lost Aura and Aran, the Wonder Boy, the prophesized man. I'm thinking about it. I don't even know if I want to put Aura Fire in top 3 just because of their recent performance, right? Because I still feel it could change next week,
right?
Yeah, there's still a lot of holes in their game, despite them having such a great week 3 2-0 run. There's so many things that can be exploited from Aura, mainly their hero pool, like Kabuki. He's only played Beatrix in the 4-0 win that he got in week 3. But yeah, all right, I'll put RQ number 1 right now, because of how consistent they are. I will still say, though, I think with Onyx's main lineup, Onyx will still be a bit stronger. Onyx's main lineup is the one with CW. I think with that, the draft just becomes much easier for Yeb as well to construct, because CW has a wider hero pool compared to Albert, who's now just, finally just, again, learning, adapting into his new role. But yeah, I will put RQ Onyx. So we might get another RQ Onyx for M5. But for 3rd place, it's a close one between EVOS Legends and Bigatron Alpha. I think for now, if you look at it now, EVOS Legends definitely are looking stronger. I think with the addition of the trio mid from WCG, from EVOS Icons, Tutsujin, Krite, and Van Strong, they are even stronger now. And if they are able to mix this roster together, if they play Van Strong, Krite, and maybe Taz instead of Sutsujin, because I'm a Taz fan, I think they'll be even stronger. So they're still trying to find the best mold, like the best lineup possible for their EVOS Legends lineup. But you know what? I'm biased.
I'm biased.
So BTR.
BTR, bro. I got you.
BTR, bro. BTR.
Van Strong, I just got to do some games with Van Strong with the WCG, and he definitely he looked good, man. Like he looked really good. He was definitely a monster. Definitely a monster. So I'm excited to see how he does now as the season prevails and everything. EVOS as well, I feel like just it's like they have their shaky moments, but then they have these really good moments. I feel like sometimes I watch them and I'm like, what is up with them? And then sometimes they're just like on fire, So excited to see how it moves on, who actually ends up making it to M5. Like you said, it goes a long way, and then playoffs is even scarier because that's when a lot of teams put their big boy pants on, and anyone can get knocked out at that point. So thanks again. I think we're going to wrap it up there, actually. Any final words from you? Any quick hot takes of anything going on? Anything you want to say?
Hot takes. Let me just think about it. Nothing. I have nothing to say. Well, actually, maybe this is a random hot take that I've been saying a lot, but maybe like some Malaysian viewers will watch as well. Todak has been getting a lot of hate recently, Trex. Like especially after MSC.
Okay.
I think it's weird that they are getting hate. I think it's weird that the Malaysians are hating on Todak for using the same lineup. That's mainly the criticism. They're like, oh, this old man lineup, the veteran lineup of Chico Moon. We've seen them so many times. Why are they still here? Oh, they're still the best. I think it's a big reflection on how bad the rest of Malaysia is and how much they have to improve. Yeah, they have to improve. Like if they don't want the veterans, the same members from Todak, to keep on winning, then the rest of the other teams need to improve. And I think it has been a big wake up call. I think with the rosters that have been revealed, like RSG Malaysia with Demon Kite, everybody's trying to go for the trophy and everybody's trying to improve. So I really like that. I like the change that RSG Malaysia is going for. I like the change that Homeboys are going for. They got another Indo import, Rizal, who was an alter ego player. So yeah, I like where it's going. I like that. Now the Malaysian teams are starting to
the young Cubs
themselves to be better than Todak. Yeah,
they got to kill the old Cubs, right? I mean, they got to kill the old Lions, right? Sometimes you got to take them down to become the alpha.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. And you make such a good point there. It's like how can you complain about this team when you haven't been able to beat them yet? It's like none of the other teams have been able to beat them. So why are we yelling at them? We should be yelling at all the other teams.
Yeah, if they have a bad performance in the international stage, then this is the best you've got. Like it's not their fault. They're not fault. Like come on. Yeah,
it's definitely a really good point. So thank you so much for joining me. We kept it right under 20 minutes, so it worked out perfectly. Thank you for waking up. I mean, it's like 11 p.m. You shouldn't be sleeping in this late, Mirko. It's not good for you, bro.
Yeah, it's not good for me, but
it's those late night streams.
Sleep, man.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. To anyone watching, if there's questions you guys would like to see next time, see me ask our interviewees next time, make sure to leave them down in the comments. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Don't forget to check out Mirko. We'll show you where to find him in the description below. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.